Season 3 Reloaded brought with it a surprising lot to do. I don't mean that in the way of like new maps or weapons to rank up, because in that aspect it's minimal at best in terms of like multiplayer content, but when it comes to side quests, grind-worthy items, and unlocks, we've got a handful of items that can keep you busy if you like camos, blueprints, and more. So today we're running down the exclusive rewards of Season 3 Reloaded in Modern Warfare 2, Warzone 2, and DMZ, and how to get them. So as we go along, drop your thoughts down below. Do you like any of these in particular? Do you plan on going for any, or do you perhaps already have some of these unlocked? Let me know your thoughts down below, but if you enjoyed the video, do me a favor and drop a like on it, and if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing to stay up to date with all things Modern Warfare 2, Warzone 2, as well as DMZ content with the Season 3 Reloaded update and beyond. A whole host of guides, tutorials, discussions, and all that kind of stuff have been up on the channel, and still some more upcoming, so if you're interested, I'd love to have you in the community. As well, check out my friends over at G Fuel for 30% off certain items in the month of May, 20% off everything else all the time, but more on them a little later. For now, let's jump into the Season 3 Reloaded exclusive rewards for Modern Warfare 2, Warzone 2, and DMZ. So perhaps one of the biggest things that was marketed out of Season 3 Reloaded was the raid. We knew that we'd get rewards here from that based off of last season, where we saw the introduction of not only just new mystery cases, but also camos and blueprints that came along with regular unlocks, but also an Easter egg alongside that. Season 3 Reloaded picks up and carries on that mantle accordingly, where out of the Season 3 Episode 3 raid, we have three what I'd consider like main rewards, and then some other stuff that's thrown in the mix there for extra added completion. That being a new operator of Alex, but then two camos that come along with that, where if you end up completing the raid, that's when you end up getting Alex. But if you end up going a step further and completing the raid on veteran difficulty, you get the Galvanic weapon camo, one that is animated, looks pretty cool. It's like a purple storm design to it. The animation isn't overbearing, the camo itself isn't too flashy or anything, but it gets the job done, and I think it looks pretty clean. Now, if you were to go for this, honestly, the veteran raid really wasn't anything that was way too difficult or anything like that. There really was not a whole ton of variance between regular difficulty and the veteran difficulty. Last season's Episode 2 had some substantial differences that made it tougher, but this one, there's like only one puzzle sequence that, while it is something that is changed and is annoying, grand scheme of things, it's still rather doable and rather obtainable. The only thing that really differs from regular to veteran is that each checkpoint you only have 3 different lives to complete a certain thing. You don't have to perfectionist it, but you do have 3 revives before it starts you back at the last checkpoint. But that's available, and beyond that, we also saw that right now it's still classified as of the time of recording this. There's a secret weapon that players can end up equipping in the raid itself in a back room that is actually visible for all to see, but you can't access it. If you end up picking up that weapon, you end up unlocking the Merc weapon camo. Strangely, this is actually previewable already within the events camo category, so you can see what this looks like if you want to go for it or intrigued. As of the time of recording this, the Easter egg is not solved, but if it is by the time of this publication, we'll of course have a guide either already up or sometime shortly thereafter. But that's another camo here that was added alongside the grinds of not only just completing it, but on the veteran difficulty as well. Now, if you do go on and play the raid multiple times, you do get additional random completion rewards where you can end up getting the captain loading screen, the regrets loading screen, the raid season 3 player card, emblem, and weapon charms, but those are smaller items and more inconsequential to a lot of players. Now, notably, there also is, as the time of recording this again, no raid bundle for Alex just yet either, so we only have that unlock via the raid completion. So if you're interested, that's how you end up getting him. Next, another thing that was introduced here as a grind was the trophy hunt refresh, where we now have camo challenges as opposed to tokens to redeem for specific items that you can end up earning. The trophy hunt camo challenges act exactly the same way as they did in the Path to Ronin challenges last season, where you have categorical challenges for assault rifles, battle rifles, marksman rifles, and so on and so forth, where this time around they're actually a lot easier to complete than just headshots for most of the weapons as of last season, and a couple of other things dispersed in there. I mean, assault rifles, you only have to get 250 kills with assault rifles. You don't have to do headshots, long shots, hip fire kills, nothing like that, just regular kills. A lot of this stuff is really just stuff that you'd come across naturally as is. Headshots for battle rifles, operator kills for pistols, long shots for snipers and marksman rifles. So there's really not a whole ton that really stood out as too terribly tough. It was just kind of tedious, but you can grind it out absolutely in a couple of hours. Now, with that, you ended up getting the Dark Bones and the Skull Eater Mastery camo if you completed all 10 weapon categories. The Dark Bones actually looks pretty solid on a handful of different weapons. Some it doesn't look as good on as others, but there's definitely a handful of weapons that I think man, that looks pretty solid. But then when you take a look at the mastery of the Skull Eater, this is one that I don't think is as nice as, say, the Path the Ronin Bowing Blossoms mastery camo, but at the same time, I kind of think that the quality might have been scaled, not intentionally perhaps, but it seems like the camo quality is scaled with that challenge difficulty. I really enjoy that Bowing Blossoms camo, especially now that it's animated, but you also had a lot more to go into with how many headshots you had to do with those challenges. That's relatively simple, but still a nice camo, I think, overall for that grind. Beyond that, we also saw within DMZ, we had an exclusive secret blueprint introduced where that was the Heated Madness Cast-Off 762 blueprint. That blueprint came along with the SC Recharge DX optic, IGK 3406mm barrel, the Sock and Tread 40 muzzle, the Edge 47 grip, and the 40 round magazine, where this is probably one of the flashiest blueprints we've seen in Modern Warfare 2 to date, and it was something that's completely free, but just kind of a hassle to end up getting. Instead of unlocking a simple blueprint via an Easter egg, it's kind of the unlock sequence you'd see for Easter eggs, but mixed with weapon crates, where you have to extract the blueprint attachments to end up earning it. So you could extract one per game, or you could extract all 5 per game, but once you extracted and had unlocked all 5 attachments, that's when the Heated Madness blueprint would be credited to your account. So it was something that we already put up a guide here on the channel, definitely a fun one, but certainly a strange one by comparison to what we've seen beforehand. So I was all for it. Talking DMZ a little further, we ended up seeing that we also had with the new Koshi Complex weapon cases that were available to be extracted. This, just like the others we've seen beforehand, tasks you with extracting a certain amount of these to end up earning a certain amount of rewards. In this case, it's 6 for Koshi Complex, where you can end up getting the Queen loading screen, a double Battle Pass XP token, the Hunting Bug calling card, the Incubating Emblem, a double weapon XP token, and the LAVX 330 LAB blueprint. That blueprint honestly looking pretty good, a sort of almost matte but also metallic finish, if that makes sense, to this, with green accents, where it comes with the FSS OLV laser, the VX 350 thermal optic, the ZLR T70 pad extension stock, the Aim Assist 406 comb, and the FSS ST87 bolt. So not a bad looking blueprint by any means. And this one, all you have to do is simply go to Koshi Complex, extract the weapon case, which you have to deal with a boss, which can be a bit annoying, but it is something that if you like it, it might be worth it. And then finally, the last things that we ended up getting as exclusive rewards here for Season 3 Reloaded ended up coming down to Warzone Ranked Play. Right now, Warzone Ranked Play is in beta, and it's in a shortened format since it only is being introduced here as of right now for Season 3. In the back half, Season 4 will have a full season to work with, but right now you end up having the ability to end up earning a handful of different rewards, but the ones that are notable to me are the Pro Issue Chimera Blueprint, which you earn by getting 10 top 5 placements, but if placement isn't necessarily your thing, you can also get a Season 3 Ranked Veteran Weapon Camo for getting 500 kills or assists. So if you play a lot, these will absolutely come naturally to you, but if you're a grinder and you want something to do, these are absolutely brand new ones. Personally, these are probably my least favorite out of what we've seen introduced with Season 3 Reloaded so far, but they're still blueprints and still camos that you can end up earning, no less. So figured throw those in there. But that is the Season 3 Reloaded exclusive rewards you can end up getting for Modern Warfare 2, DMZ, and Warzone 2. So let me know your thoughts down below. Any of these that you guys already have, any of these you're looking forward to going for, whatever the case, drop your thoughts below. But before we wrap everything up, make sure you check out my friends over at G Fuel. Code Espresso getting you 30% off certain items for the month of May. Things like starter kits are a part of those exclusive items for 30% off with the month of May. So if you guys have not tried G Fuel at all, now's a great time to at least try it out. It doesn't cost you near as much as it normally would, but if you want to check it out or you want to grab a restock and what's 30% off isn't necessarily anything you want, Code Espresso gets you 20% off everything else on the entire site. So if you guys are at all interested, links in the description below, but check it out if you'd like. Beyond that, that's what we're going to call it. So let me know your thoughts down below once again. If you enjoyed the video, you found it at all insightful, do me a favor and drop a like on it. And if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing to stay up to date with all things Modern Warfare 2, Warzone 2, and anything COD related. But for now, thanks so much for watching. My name's been Espresso. I'll see you guys later. Take care and peace.